Critical now than ever before that we marshal our collective consciousness, willpower, solidarity, and unity to fulfill our fundamental generational mandate of introducing Africa as a new global power, ready and able to provide leadership towards a new industrial age that shall simultaneously usher in an era of inclusive development, shared prosperity, and effective climate action. We must therefore capitalize on the institutional reform momentum at the Africa Union to pursue the complete development of effective capacity to deliver Pan-African transformation. To do this, self-reliance, ladies and gentlemen, is essential. And a fit-for-purpose institutional architecture is indispensable at the AU. At the moment, over 60% of our program's budget is financed by partners. The demands of our challenging time require an AU that can pursue multiple urgent and critical interventions using internally mobilized resources. The Pan-African movement has always been about sovereignty and agency, first and foremost. Chronic dependence, even on well-meaning partners, is starkly inconsistent with the aspiration of independence, sovereignty, and agency. And I therefore believe that we must take seriously the recommendations that have been made towards making our organization an organization that stands on its feet and an organization that is funded by us. This is why we must make progress in exploring, developing, and implementing solutions like the Kigali Decision, AU Decision 605 of 2016. Similarly, you may want to know that that decision has now been implemented by 17 countries. We need to persuade all our other brothers and sisters in the other countries to come on board so that we can do the responsible thing and fund our own organization. It is time to free up the Africa Union from structural and organizational constraints, including duplication and other inefficiencies, thereby facilitating it to be effective on a greater scale. As a starting point, defining the roles and functions of different organs and instruments more clearly is unavoidable. The coordination, administrative, and implementation mandate of the Commission, the legislative and oversight function of a strong Pan-African Parliament, and the political leadership, ownership, and broad policy direction of the Council all need to be reflected more clearly through rational structural delineation. I hope, it's my prayer, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, that we finally make the right decision and build an organization that is fit for purpose, that has the requisite finances, the needed voice, and the leadership that can project Africa's position much more clearly with a strong voice so that we can take our place in the community of nations.
The African Union definitely needs a lot of restructuring and a lot of fixing and rebuilding. Some things we might need to get rid of because, as he mentioned in his speech, 60% of the funding or the support the AU gets is from partners. Like, envision that. How are you going to be independent, or how are you going to serve Africans when most of your support or funding everything comes from outsiders. You're definitely going to be influenced whether you like it or not. So we need to be able to fund ourselves, right? And I know it's going to take time. I know we don't have it like that right now, but it's a small step. It's better to be independent and not have much than to be, I believe he used the word chronic dependence, which was an interesting word that he used, but I get it. I get what he's trying to say. So we need to get rid of that dependency first of all. And secondly, we need to have a Pan-African spirit. And I like that he mentioned that as well. But anyways, fam, what are your thoughts on the recent President Ruto speech when it comes to restructuring the African Union in order to serve Africans better?